The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Trojans will put total leather and will get started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So UCLA's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. The battle for Los Angeles, two spectacular uniforms, awesome backdrop, and the battle for the victory bell, guys.
I was going to say, Reese, aesthetically, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I love when both schools wear their home unis, and they're traditional. They haven't changed very much over the years. This game's just fun to watch in every sense of the word.
Fun for the fans, too, because they don't have to go anywhere. And you know what else is always cool? You tune in this game late in the season. What do you get? Great weather, too. I mean, it makes me jealous every year watching this football.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
He's going to pass on second down. That's caught. It's off. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the first down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go to the fullback. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down. He wants to throw it. Moving away from pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. The victory bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool. And the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about. And these guys out here are learning on the job.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the victory bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Used the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. Got it in the middle, it's Jordan. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Gordon.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Cade McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses, too, throwing it. Got to be able to make good decisions. Got to be able to deliver strikes through the air. And this guy right now is doing just that.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman McNeil used to.
Okay, a good pull. Freeman McNeil, I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean. They are so sweet. You know this game means a lot late in the season every year.
This is definitely my favorite uniform game of the year, every year in college football, right? Both USC and UCLA with the home unis here in this great environment. But the game also means so much as well. And that's why there's this heightened sense of electricity and energy every time these two teams play.
He'll take it himself. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
That's a first down for the offense.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. Got his man. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
The QB did a great job hanging in the pocket, showing great toughness. But I will tell you this, that offensive coordinator ain't happy. He don't want to see those hits continue to pile up on his QB.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got a touchdown, Bruins.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
On to attempt the try. Splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Northwestern has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since the walk with a send-off, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by a field goal over Ohio State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Rolls it in. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That type of big play can even make traveler perk up and take notice.
And, man, when I think about USC and just their pass, I just think about explosive. Explosive playmakers, making explosive plays down the field, finding those big wide receivers, making big plays.
To throw, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these, a big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Last season, the battle for the victory bell was a classic, and SC pulled out a tight one.
That's right, and Fight On has had a year of bragging rights and telling UCLA, remember who runs this state. This is us, okay? We take care of business. Now UCLA gets to do something about it.
You're right, David. And I think UCLA is a team that takes a lot of pride in mental toughness, and they admitted to us that in last year's game, they just weren't able to make the plays they needed to make when it mattered most. They want to turn the script. They want to do a better job dialing in this game to get a win over their cross-city rival.
They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. This time he's got it.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. The Trojans get enough for the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. Shakes off the tackle. Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Ball's at the 13.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking.
He makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Quarterback will audible. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed over the middle at Shaw. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Looks as if he's going to run it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Shaw. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
Any quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Tackle is made after the first down. You think about the long list of great UCLA running backs. You know, people forget Jackie Robinson was a UCLA running back.
And Jackie also started safety for UCLA. He started both ways. Just think about how good of an athlete you have to be to do that. But the tradition, the uniforms, the Rose Bowl, everything about UCLA just smells good.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's great. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first position.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Still on the 35-yard line, they'll try it again on 2nd and 10. They're going to throw it again. And he got smacked just as he released release the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. All kinds of running room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. A run for the quarterback. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
The give to the back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. This is a designed run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
And I love these designed runs, goal-to-go situations. Gotta have it. I know I get an extra blocker with now my quarterback running the football, being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
And they did tack on the extra point. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Now they together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Got his man on the outside. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
Loses 1. 3rd down coming up.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. He's going to pass. Coming after it. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
There's just so much chemistry between this quarterback and his receiver. And you saw it right there, down the perimeter, trying to work the boundary. Just put it somewhere near him. He'll catch it. He'll get a foot down and help out his offense.
To the air, it's Sayin. Feeling some heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
That's so frustrating when you get in a first-and-goal situation. The next thing you know, you're backed up. You're not even in the red zone anymore. Offenses have to be able to respond. You got to understand, I'm going to get negative plays. What's next? What do I got on the sheet that I know I'm going to call? Get this back and get in the end zone.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. 3rd and goal coming up here.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they go back on top. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Little touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 35. Afterburners coming. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Bruins will kick it away to crank up the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Shakes off the defender. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, you know, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left. But that's a little old school for me.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It is perfect.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
Fair catch, called for and made. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's off. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Some programs just seem to be built for a great passing game. The patron saint of ruined passers is Troy Aikman.
And honestly, Reese, it makes me think of the UCLA blue, the sweet uniforms with the gold, just quarterbacks looking sweet. McNown, DTR, looking the part, being the part.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. And as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time, the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Turns it on in midfield. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that's a first down.
And the Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Scanning the field, it's Duncan. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air, using the quick game. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Here's the handoff. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Well, jet sweep pass. Touchdown, Bruins! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
He looks that one in nicely. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This guy is lightning fast. Did you see him come out of the break on the slant? QB got it to him early. What a weapon.
This offense is starting to book points. They're bringing momentum with them. Quickly complete. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position.
They wouldn't let me press turbo when I was in the end zone. Has that happened to anyone? Has that happened to anyone? They would not let me hold down turbo. Turbo was locked.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
It's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They'll give it to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's great. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Bruins with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. To the air, it's Duncan. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
When on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that play.
5 yards away from another 3rd down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. Quick pass on the fly motion. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Quick release on the RPO. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense and zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
They go to the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. To the air. It's Sayin. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. And it's no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
UCLA 21, USC.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Dropping back, it's Duncan. He's got his man. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the 1st down.
I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge, huge 4th down play. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's not going to make it, and they'll turn it over on downs, and we're going to have a fight to the finish.
That is how you rise to the occasion late in the game. Your defense had to come up big, had to get the offense the football back. They're trailing by a little bit. Now, let's go make this thing even more special.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
I'm not just playing from behind trying to get points. I'm also racing against this clock. One thing I can't do, take sacks. I gotta throw the football away. I gotta understand the clock situation.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. These corners going to give these receivers some space. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Quick completion on the out.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Trojans! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Looking to throw, it's Duncan. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man on the left. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Man, the clock is not our friend right now. The first down stops it. That is great. We got to get some chunk yardage plays, make some hay while this clock's running out.
Getting some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Wants to fire on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
When you're down late in the game and you got to make plays, it's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take it.